welcome to another episode of Bikini Coin Girl. Today we're going to be talking about mint errors. Now, a mint error is when a coin is accidentally flawed in one way or another and slips out of the mint before they can catch it. Now, mint errors come in many different sizes and shapes, and they're truly a beautiful thing to behold. Now, we're going to start out with our mint errors with clipped planchettes. Clipped planchettes is when the planchette itself is accidentally nicked during the stamping process. It's normally a small chunk. It can be very noticeable or not very noticeable at all. It could be just a slight flattening of the rim in a certain spot. But it's normally moon-shaped, and depending on the coin, it can be worth anywhere from $20 all the way up to a little over $1,000. I love clipped planchettes. Now, next we're going to talk about multiple strike. Multiple strike is when a image is accidentally stamped more than once on the same planchette. So it's kind of like having a quarter with two Washington heads on it, if that gives you kind of an idea of what I'm talking about here. The next is a blank strike, which is pretty much the opposite of a multiple strike, except for the fact that the planchette isn't stamped at all. It's just a smooth planchette that somehow makes its way out of the mint. The next would be an off-center. Off-center, a lot of coins are very minorly off-center, but it's so minor to the fact that it doesn't actually count as a mint error. Hi, Sylvester. Everybody, this is my kitty, Sylvester. And he is a mama's boy, and he loves to get in the way of everything. Go on over there. Go on, shoot. Where was I? Oh yeah, off-center. Normally, if it isn't off-center by at least 10%, they don't count it as a mint error. So, the more of the image that is off the coin, the better. Next, we're going to talk about broad strike. Broad strike is when the image flows over the retaining rim of the coin. So it's kind of like an off-center, but it's more or less blown up from the middle, not moved to the side. The next would be lamination. Lamination is basically when a chunk of the metal that the coin is dipped in, like how zinc pennies are coated in copper, but it's basically when a piece of that metal starts to peel off of the coin itself. And the last one we're going to talk about is wrong planchette. Now, a wrong planchette can be any shape, any size, any denomination. You could have a quarter with a penny stamped on it, or you could have a dime that has a nickel stamp on it, so on and so forth. Basically, if the denomination is on the wrong planchette, that's why they call it a wrong planchette. There is one more mint error, but the topic itself is just so broad that it'll take a whole nother video by itself, and that's defective dies, which include die clash, double dies. It's just a very large subject, so we'll have to save that for the next video. Now, the last thing we're going to talk about on this video is varieties. Now, varieties are basically subtle differences in the coins that are often mistook for mint errors. Varieties are most prevalent in coins like the Morgan dollars. There are some in peace dollars. But if you want to look up your coins, my reference website, the one I use the most, is www.varietiesanderrors.com. They're a great site. They have almost any coin you could ever want to look up on there. and they even have nice diagrams that show you exactly where to look for. So thanks for watching this episode, and I'll see you next time. Bye!